Here, throw this up. Behind the door should open it for you, or you are unforgiven too. Yeah. Yeah, that's the part that gets me is people that make mistakes. Ask for help. Someone gives them help. And then years later, when someone else makes the same mistakes they did and asks for help, they tell them to fuck off. I don't. No, I'm not like that. I don't believe in that. Let's try to make everybody better, not crucify them mercilessly for no apparent reason. Okay, so here's what we're going to talk about first. Is we do have our game stuff to talk about because I was trying something last night that absolutely turned out hilarious. But let's. I'm going to talk about this real quick on how I keep the show. And I think I've talked about this before. Let me pull up the main thing here. Yeah, this is the main one. So let me get this on the screen because it's technically part of game dev too, and you can do this with game dev, so it all kind of works out. Let me take the logo down, put this up, and pull a screen. Oh, the screen's already up. Okay. So every day I look at this. Let me grab it here. Every day, this is what I look at. This is my show list, right? And it has all the things that I have to put into Discord, all of the things that I have to put into OBS and in YouTube. So it writes everything out for me. So this was today's, although I have to fix this because this was actually yesterday's because we finished Human 14 yesterday. It builds all the dates for me. Let me see if I make that a little bit bigger. So this is my ready to go sheet. It builds all the dates for me. It builds the things that I have to put in the text. It builds the announcement for the day for Discord. It does that. It then gives me the links for when I put up dad jokes. It gives me the links for when I put this segment up. It gives me the pieces that I have to put in for the chat, so I know when development starts, and then it has the piece for when development ends. It tells me the shirt of the day and what date it is, so that it's already all typed out. It basically follows the thing. It also has because these two things are used for when I put them up on Discord after the show. So this was today's movie. Then it tells me all the things I have to do. So when after the show, I have to change the titles to the title screen to blue on Twitch. I have to for that day's show, I have to do save it to the archives. Then I have to load Premiere while this is downloading. I load Premiere and set up the game dev section for all that. So it just puts all this stuff out and puts it all in a row so that I have it. And what builds this is this over here. So if we open this up, all of this is built automatically. So this is all my data. In fact, I have to change this to ORC4. So we'll change this to, let's see. Because I forgot to do it this morning. I did it there. So ORC4, and that will automatically update all this stuff for tomorrow to where it says ORC4. Although we'll put that in the front. Okay, now it's fixed. So it automatically builds all of this stuff. So this is all the data that's used. I only have to make a couple changes here and there, and it automatically goes through all that, goes through this, and then builds this. And then this is what you see on the other page. This is my working thing. It also builds the movie of the day. So if we go to movies, here's my movie list, and here's the movie we have for today. And all I do is I'll change, and I can change it again later, but all I have to do is go copy that to this movie because this was our movie for today, and then have it come down here, and then just do a sort. And yes, I've made this over complex, but so If I were to leave it like that and we go back to our page would say that tomorrow's movie would be Akira. So all that's all automatic. All I do is just do a sort and it does that. You know, so all I have to do is I never really have to go here. And here's like, I haven't reset this though. We have the same thing set up for our albums of the week. So if I go to albums, here's all the albums. And I'll just do show you. It works basically the same way. Where the two albums we just did, which was Bob Seger and Hotel California, we'll do those out, and then all I have to do is just do a big sort, and it'll tell me what the two albums for. And I'll do a sort afterwards, so that it's mixes it up. But it kind of does the same thing. Is where I just go, okay, well, oh, the sort didn't work. Oh shit. All right. Oh, I know why. Cancel. I forgot this one. I need that one too because I need the number. Because the way it sorts them is there's a random, and this is on the other one too, is there's a random number in this column here. And with that random number is how it sorts it. So if we were to, come on. Okay, why? I don't, why is that blank? Oh, because I'm an idiot, that's why. Let's go back. Okay. I did it on the wrong things. So let's go back up here. Go to there. Do it to there. Now it will work. But it's basically the same theory as did I just do it again? No, it's right now. I don't know why it's deleting those, but it also is not doing that. Okay, well, something weird's going on, but you get the basic general idea. Is I put all the data together and then I just have it automatically sort it all, and it gives me the ones for tomorrow. So if we go back over to this page, these are now updated to Blondie and The Who, and all the stuff is in there. So all the songs are in there. Everything's in there for that particular band. But that's how I build that. Same thing with, oh, did I? No, I did not screw it up. Okay. So, but it builds the main page here. And this main page, I then copy to a notepad, which I have over here. Let's go here. Okay, notepad. And it copies it to this notepad, and then as I'm going through, I just delete the stuff as we're doing it. Like we just started this, and we just put this announcement out here. So I would take that and delete it, and then know what I have to do next. Actually, we're here. We're now here. So the next thing I have to do from the notepad is put the end in after we finish game dev. And then everything else I have to do, like my after show stuff, all those things, set up dad jokes, all that, which I'll show you in a second, because they're kind of they're a little bit more of an issue. But I can show you basically how they're set up. But the trick is not to give away dad jokes while I'm doing it. So we will show you with today's jokes. So let me open dad jokes. Yeah, so we can show you with today's jokes. Looks like it. So for dad jokes, they're a lot more complicated because it's supposed to check for repeats. It's supposed to do all these things. So, and anything that's repeated is usually highlighted as something. So if I go over here to the main thing, this is the main list, and everything that's pink is jokes that we've already done. You know, so if it's highlighted like this, it means that it's a duplicate. The test game, thank you very much for the follow. This means it's a duplicate, you know, and we can go all the way down here and you'll see there's a lot of duplicates in here. It identifies them, and it also does it on the other side too, but it's not active at the moment. But it goes and it looks for duplicates and things like that. Now, what you'll notice on this, let me go all the way down to the bottom, is we've done or still have to do 2,337 jokes, of which I think a good 1,500 of them, 14, 15, let's see. Between the 100 at the top and whatever's here, I think we only have about 600 or 700 available now, which means that this weekend I do have to go and look for more jokes. Yeah, so those are the colored ones. They're all new jokes, and there's some copies in there that I have to take out. But the way this system works is very similar. Is it does, we go over here and here's today's jokes, right? So one of the things it does is it goes in and automatically, based on a thing I wrote, it will put if the joke is longer than 70 characters, it'll put a dividing line in there so that it comes up on two lines instead of one, because that's something I used to do by hand. So I wrote a formula that does it automatically, and it's below this, but it has the new jokes for tomorrow in it. Then what it does is it takes this list and it formats it for the dad jokes, and it writes, this basically is writing the code for what After Effects needs to be able to create the images for the dad joke section. Another thing it does is it creates, if it's a joke that's submitted by you guys, then this line would have something on it. In today's, we didn't have any submitted by you guys. But what this does is it automatically, based on this here, what this says, these lines, which is joke, quiz, or riddle, or Y for a yearling, meaning a yearling joke, it automatically tells me what frames they are, what frames hold jokes of that kind. So the top jokes are, these are the basic dad jokes. These ones are the riddles, and these are the pub quizzes. And then this line is for you guys, when you guys submit something. And then this one will give me the code for when, if you want your name on it, it'll put your name on it. So if we go to our final page for this one, this is what we get for our final page, is we get our code written for what frames have to be which thing, whether it's cute, panda, proper, or yearling. We have our code for the dad jokes for After Effects, and I'll show you how that works. And then we have just a code because I need to save that, because this is what sets up some of the jokes. And then this also centers everything, and you'll see how that works in a second too. But these are the codes. This is the actual code for After Effects for when we're putting up the pictures of, whether it's, in this case, this would be pub quiz. This would be dad jokes. This would be riddles. This one would be pub quiz, and this would be yearlings. And then this would be whether your guys' name is put on it or not. And all those go into, let me open After Effects here. I know I'm running through this quickly, but you'll kind of see. But with all this stuff in the background, there's only literally a handful of things that I have to do to set up each day. And I have a list that is automatically built for me every single day. And that's what these final pages are for, is those are my final lists. So if we go up here to After Effects, here's where, okay, let's open that up. Open that up. So here's where all of it is built. So I take those codes that were written, come back down here, open that up. I take those codes that are written, and we'll go into the first one, which is, this is just the names, the words. And those codes that are on that first page basically just go in here. Let me see if I can get this to open. Yeah. So here's that code. All I have to do is copy it in there, and it automatically formats it. It already automatically puts the line divisions in. It puts all that stuff in, and it puts it in order. So like, here's Sweden's 27,000 islands, which just cracks me up. It builds that. Then that piece actually goes over here and puts it at the top of this one up here. So that automatically puts that in there. So then all I have to do is those pieces of code for the pictures literally just go in here. All I have to do is just copy it into here in the bottom, and it sets up what frames need the pictures and which pictures. So this one is for this one's for dad jokes. This one is for, it's the panda. So this is pub quiz, I believe. Yeah, this one's pub quiz. You know, and it's just a copy paste into there as opposed to having to figure it all out. Because I used to have to do all this stuff by hand, and I'm like, I'm not doing this by hand anymore. I got to figure out a better way. So I just copy it all in there and then render it out, and it's done. It literally is just copy paste into 5 places there, and then it automatically then I render it out, and then it automatically goes into the games, into OBS. So that is, but it sounds like a lot, and it actually is. But the only 2 pages I really have to pay attention to, in all honesty, there's really only 2 pages. There is this page here, which is just, here is what is going on. This is what I'm doing today, because this is automatically built, and all I do is just copy it and paste it into Notepad. And then for the dad jokes, the next thing I do is I just go to the dad jokes and look at this and take just the jokes themselves and put them into the Notepad in the dad joke section, so that I can have the answers there, so that I remember what the answers are when you guys are answering. And so that's just it. Is if you set something up like this, it will automatically, like, even the dates are all automatic. They're built automatically. You know, I don't do any of that anymore. It does all of it. Even keeping track of stream 2 of week 29, all that is in code. It's all part of this whole thing over here on the left. This is where all those things are built, and there's code in there that basically figures out what day it is, figure out how many days, and then that is built into these things. So even the lines, if we look, it's a concatenation of all of these lines that you see here, all the ones that are highlighted in a specific order, and it just builds that for me. Done. So yeah, so tomorrow when we finish 4, and then on Wednesday or on Thursday we go to 5, all I have to do is change that, and it updates everything. Everything now says Orc 5. So, but tomorrow we will start on Orc 4, so we're still on Orc 4. Or wait, did we go to 5 today? I'll have to look. Yeah, you see what I mean though. Yeah, so there's that, but all this other stuff, I never have to touch any of this stuff. The only time I have to is when we change games, because I have to, this is the list that goes on, everything's built. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay, what are you saying here? You're saying some things. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Close. All right. I really appreciate this. I don't know if I'll be that elaborate though. I know I'm going to play some retro and pixel art games because I'm older too. Yeah. Yeah, that's cool. The only thing is, what you're going to get tired of doing is every single day, and this is why I even started this stuff in the first place. Every single day, you have to put descriptions in. You have to do that if you're doing YouTube and Twitch. Those descriptions and stuff all have to come from somewhere. And when you're writing them every single day, maybe some Amiga stuff. I started on the Amiga. That's where I first started doing 3D. You know, way back in the day, I remember when the 1000 came out. Yeah, but all the things that you have to do repetitively every day, find a way to make that automatic for you. If you can do that, then it's going to be a lot easier. You know, because you can get it. What I found is I can get buried very, very quickly. But I have a system that keeps me on track, that I know what I have to do every day. I know what all the dates are right. I know all that stuff's taken care of. So maybe try stuff like that. All right, that's good. We're gonna, looks like we have a zombie attack in about 30 seconds. So we'll do that, and then when we come back, we've talked about it. Oh, okay, cool. I have a 500 sitting next to me right now. Awesome. I can't remember what happened to my 500. It might be in storage in California. Yeah, probably where it is. Yeah, I need to go clean that out at some point. Someday. Yep. Zombie attack is incoming. There it is. Let me set up for what we're working on here, and I'll show you some stupid things that I did last night. It was pretty funny, though. I thought it was funny. Turn that off. Open up these. So yeah, so it doesn't answer everything, but the mundane, everyday, have to do it things. You can find ways to make it easier on yourself. Because even with the dad jokes, I was aligning them, doing all that stuff by hand at one point, and it was just silly. I'm just like, no, I'm going to write something that will do it for me. If you ever want to get automation done, find a lazy person. They will find ways to make it work. Ooh, I still have 3 Atari 2000s at work. Wow. 2600s. Wow. Awesome. I'm surprised they're still holding together. Let's see, where are we at? We're at 1 minute to go. So one thing, you guys are going to laugh at me for this one. Because I started to try to integrate the, sorry, I'm waiting. I have to wait for the zombie to pass in a minute. Wish I still had my Atari ST there, or something wrong with power supply, and I had to reboot all the time. Oh, wow. That's why I miss Radio Shack, because you could find a power supply that worked for almost anything at Radio Shack. Also, you could just go in and buy resistors, which was good if you were working on something with a motherboard. Boop a doop boop. Radio Shack is just in the US. Not anymore, it doesn't exist anymore. Radio Shack closed down. Ads are done. Yeah. Okay, so getting back to our project is I did this thing last night, and it's kind of silly, but for the same token, I'm like, you know what, I had to try. Is I thought I go, oh well, I'll just take the inventory that I built and just put it in the game. It'll be fine, no problem, right? Well, there was a problem. I'm trying to find the build so that I can show it to you here. Okay, builds. Let's see, what was the one from last night? I think it's this one. Yeah. So I'm like, okay, well, it can't be that hard to just plug in a build. This doesn't look like it's the right one. I think this is the right one. Let me see. Let me try this real quick. Hang on. Yeah, this is the right. This. We are on the. You guys are on the wrong one. Okay. Let me fix that. I thought I saved a second one here. Ah, there it is. I did find out also that I can run 2 builds at the same time, which I did not know. So here is oops. Been moving stuff that shouldn't be moved. Come on. Okay. guess, oh, because I'm a dumbass and I locked it. If you lock it, it won't let you move it. Okay. Let's make this a little bit bigger. So I thought, oh, well, I'll just plug it in and it will just automatically work. So I have done something and it's not working at all. Okay. Maybe I did do it on the other one. Let's go to the other one. Let's see here. Yeah, it might be on this one. They all look the same. So if I hit M, okay. Okay, maybe I didn't save it. Pretty sure I did though. Let's go over here. Maybe I'm on the wrong screen. If not, I will have to do a build, which will only take a couple seconds. Nope, it does not work. All right. I'm in the wrong ones. Let me just take this one, make sure that it has everything on it. Yeah, because that should be it there. Yeah, that's the correct one. Okay, so if we do a build from here. Oh, I remember. Go in here. Show. Build. And save here. All right, that'll just take a second. And it came up, which is good because that means it built. All right, now wait for it to come up for you guys. So like I was trying to say, is I thought that I could just grab it and go into, put it in here and it will work. And it does do that. It does dim everything down like it's supposed to. But it does this, it's not actually building everything and everything is moving. Which none of this is supposed to be happening. And it doesn't, the actual background doesn't come up at all. So I don't know, I have to figure out why it's doing that. I have an idea. So what I'm going to probably end up doing tonight later is doing a thing that, oh, did I take it back down? Yeah, okay. Is, I need to change the camera and background size in the initial build for the inventory and make it all the same size as the settings in our main build or our game build, because it doesn't know what to do with it. And its windows are wrong. I think this one doesn't come up on. It's this next one over here. But it does it consistently, so that's a good thing. Consistent badness is good, because consistent badness can be found. See, so it does that same thing. You know, so it's a size problem of the world in the camera, and I just need to. And I was going to try to figure it out on this side, but then I said to myself, wait a minute. If I figure it out, I should figure it out. There are still Radio Shacks in locations in Mexico. Are there really? Huh. Oh yeah, the Tandy. I had the, what was it? +4, I think it was. It did nothing but word processing that I remember. It couldn't play games, couldn't do anything else, but it did word processing. I think it's called the +4. Yeah. So yeah, so the fact that it's showing something is a good thing, but obviously the scale is so far off. So my theory is if I go back to the build itself for the inventory, let's load that up. Load recent. If we go back to here and change the camera, all the camera settings and the world settings, and then fix it here for our set, then it should work, because it looks like their world map, their world screen rather, is hugely bigger than ours. It's also a 4:3, not a 16:9. So if we were to change all the settings here to match our size, then fix the inventory menu here, then we should be able to take all of our settings and move it to the other one. At least that is my theory, you know. So if we take a look back at this now, let's go back to our original. And what we're going to do is, no, we don't want to do that, is look at the camera settings. Let's go back to our main parent here, because this is where I think we need to change it. So let me get my notebooks in the other room. Wait, no, I have it right here. Notebook. What I'm going to do is I'm going to write down all of our camera settings in this and go and change it to in the other one and see how badly it messes it up. In fact, I hope it does mess it up, because if it messes up, then that just means that we can go in and fix it. It means that part of my theory is correct. If we get the actual settings correct the first time, and we know that all the camera and stuff is set correctly before we go over there, then we're good. So what we're using is let's go to this is our parent. So this is what all of our camera settings are for everything. And our viewport. Yeah, so let's go to one of our open worlds here. That's our, yeah. So this is our camera, yeah. Right, let's go into here. So, starting from the top, we have clear display, checked. We have 320 by 640, which is fine. That's just the thing of this. We have enabled viewports. Viewports checked. And then the size of our view screen is 320. Another thing I think it does is it says it to the size of the map, not the view screen. So we will need to change that, I think. And then viewport properties are 1280 by 720, 32 by 32. Okay, so that should be all of the settings, and we're following our player. So let's see what the creation code looks like for it. Okay, it's inheriting nothing. Okay, that's good. No, is that good? I don't know. That's good. We'll see. Let's see if it matches here. 320, 180, which is the size of the screen. Our camera is 320, 180. Yep. 1280, 720. Yep. 32, 32, minus 1, minus 1. Okay. So let's go back to the other one. And I'm really hoping this messes it up good. If it messes it up good, then that means that we're on track. You save? No, don't save the... All right. So we go to our... I think our room is our first room. So just to make sure. Yep. All right. Yeah, see, our width and stuff is way big. We can keep that width. It's the viewport that's important, I believe. If we make that 320 by 180. Yeah, so that's our proper size for our screen. And this is, let's see, from 1280 by 720. And right now we're not following an object, but that's okay, because we're not trying to move anything around. We're just trying to, I mean, we could put an object in there. What do we have? We have that guy. Okay. We'll go with that guy, which is our little controller guy. So it'll center on him in theory. And let's see how bad we broke it. That's about what we are trying to do, right? And let's do this first. Let's do a save as, and then we'll call it testing inventory. We'll call it that. That way we still have the original, and we'll do a build. Pissed. We want to go see. Show. Builds. And throw it there. Let's see if it will build. It has built. That is a good thing. All right then. Let's see how bad it is. Okay, I need to get a window for it. And wait for it to come up. Okay, so there it is. We got our guy there. Our guy can't move, but that's okay. But my guess is that we are not going to be. Oh, actually, we probably should put a guy in there that can move up and down. But okay, we don't have that ability here. So where are we at? Okay. So let's hit M. Nothing happened. See, that's a good thing, because that is about the size that is showing up on our screen. So what I think it's doing is it's going based on the size of the whole screen, not the size of the viewport. So we have to find everywhere where it's going by the size of the map and change it to the size of the viewport. Hang on just a second. I'll be right back. I gotta check something real quick. Give me a minute. So if we look at the code, we go back to the code. Close those. No, that one we need open. What we have to do is align it to, first we need to find out where it's telling it to make it a certain size. And I'm assuming that's in the object controller. And it has to do with, okay, so it's using room height. So is there a, what views, view X, view. Is there a view height? View current. Camera view. What I think we need is we need a camera view height and a camera view width. Is what I'm looking for. Camera get view border, camera get view height, camera ID. Okay, so there's a height. Is there a camera get view width? There is. Okay, let's try this. Start with the height. So then we have to give the camera, and it's, how do we, is the, here, let's roll it. It's a real number, so camera ID. So what is our camera ID for the 0, or is it 1? I'm just putting them here to put them out of the camera view, camera get width, camera get view width. Yeah, okay. Get view width. And we just need to find out what the number of the camera is. So let's go back to our room, and it would be camera 0. Viewport 0. Is it just a 0? Could be interesting. Let's try it. So we make these 0. And they are obviously in the wrong place, so let's do this. We're going to copy this line. I'm going to mark that one out to save for later. And we're going to replace this and this and see how badly it crashes. Oh wait, this one's height. We're gonna break it. Okay. Let's copy that, comment that out. Oops. Okay, well there's the start. Let's try it. Worst comes to worst, it'll just go, what the hell are you doing to me? What are you doing? Okay, do a build. Oh, actually we have to save, then build, save. Save, and then build. And then wait for it. Inventory will overwrite it. Yep. Like I was saying, is my theory was that if I can fix it here, then it will fix it. Then I can import it into the other one, which is quite a task, I found out, by the way. It's not like you can just go, okay, import. No, I wish they had it that way where you can do things like that, but apparently you can't. Okay, so wait for it to pop up on your screen. Come on. We will wait for that. We will wait. But you kind of get the theory of what it is I'm trying to do here. Assuming you guys are all still there. Let's see. Is anybody still there? It might be. Yes, there are still people here. Good. Good, good, good. Waiting for the zombies to pass. No. One does not simply copy and paste code from...
Spadak
no,
says,
I understand that.
Newell, one does not simply copy and paste code from Project 1 to Project 2.
I'm aware, and that's not what I did. I was just using that as a if this works, then it'll be easier to get it to work in the other one. That's all I'm saying. But now that we have the cameras the same, and we want to be able to use the menu with the viewport, not with the map size, then hopefully we'll be able to make if it's just the one line and the one line works, then that's fine. And I'm actually holding off while the zombies run because I want to make sure that we show it. Because all I really have to do is reach over and hit M, and it will tell me, and it will say, hey, we don't work, try something else. You know, because more than likely we're going to get a fail, and it's going to give us a bug, and we're going to go back and look. So, because I'm sure it's somewhere else as well that it uses those coordinates. But we'll see. We shall see. We shall see in 35 seconds. I can't believe they canceled that order without even, like, they said it's out for delivery today, and now it says it's canceled. It just disappeared from my list altogether. It does not even exist. It was supposed to be here Friday. Here we are, Tuesday, and it's not here yet, and now it's just completely disappeared off my Amazon list. Okay. Let's see what happens when we pull the inventory up now. Nothing. Ah. It did not change the size. Okay, but it didn't change the size, but it did. Okay, it did go with the viewport. Also, all the settings are off. So what I'm looking at actually is not necessarily a bad thing. Let's go back to our code. Okay. So we've changed this to where it's going with the viewport width and height. Let's see, this is the Alpha Draw 1. Boop, boop, boop. Item, this is the item, inventory back. So here's our inventory back. We're drawing it, camera X plus, so that's just drawing it. That's not the size of it. We may have to manually change the size because I don't know if, or these are the items, check additional rows. That's all the other stuff. Draw sprite X. Okay, sprite, item scale. Okay, this resizes the items themselves to the size of the windows in the. This says how many items there are. There's another draw down here. I think this is for. Okay, none of this scales it. So what happens if we change the scale of the actual image? Okay, that's for item stuff. There's another draw down here. Right here. Okay, this is for the front plate. It doesn't do any scaling, so it's actually us that probably have to do the scaling. So if we bring the scale of both of those to half, or rather, no, we're 320. Our viewport is 320 by 180. So we want this to be 160. We want it to be a division of 160, so probably 150, so that we have a top and bottom. It's not a lot. We'll make it 140. So let's go to Photoshop here real quick. I'm going to try some experimentations. Oop-a-doop. Of course, we're going to have to reload it, but actually, no, we can do it in here. I don't have to go to Photoshop. Let's go to our objects or our sprites. Because we're pulling directly the sprite. We're not, yeah, we're pulling the sprite directly. We're not pulling an object. So let's go with our backdrop, which is this one. So it's 2 something by, let's, so if we make that one, we want the height to be 140. Oh, it's not. Is it locking? Let's see. Yeah, okay. Okay. We'll say apply, that makes it smaller. I think it's in there. Is it there? Where are you at? Huh. Maybe that's too small. We'll try 200. Well, it says it's still there, but I'm not seeing it. Yeah, we made one hell of a mess out of that one. So we'll replace it. No, we broke it. Still says it's the same, but it's not. Nope. It says it's there. I'm not seeing it. Oops. I just crashed it. I crashed it. Oh, yes, I crashed it. I'm still crashing things after all these years. Let's see if it's back. Sprites. GUI. Drop. It didn't come back. Okay, now it's back. So we want to do a few things here. I'm gonna try to half it. Only do it half. Let's see what happens. We'll make this 240. And say apply. Hopefully it doesn't disappear. It didn't disappear. That's good. Save. Let's do a build since I can't do just a quick run. We are closed. Good. Okay, builds. Overwrite the old one. Yep. Wait for it to pop up. It didn't pop up. I think we crashed it. It says it completed. But it did not come up. That's weird. Okay, the game came up. Wait for you guys to see it, because it takes a second. And let's see what happens when we hit the letter. Okay. That's a good thing. So all the foreground stuff is still huge. But if you look down here in the corner, this is not. So what we'll do is, let's do a quick change here, over here. We're going to take this and put it in the center. Then we're going to grab the front and basically half it as well. So that would be 150, 132. Yeah, it'll have to be 132. 131, 132, 131.5. No. Okay. 183, 182. Oops, 182. Luckily, we're still just testing, so we'll see if it works. In theory, that should put both of them right on top of each other. Because both of them, their point is 182. Yeah, so it looks pretty centered. So we should be good. Mm-hmm. Survey says, well, it's just a matter of putting it in the right spot and getting it at the right size. So, because if we can do that, then, okay, see, that's good. We're getting there already. This is all good. This is all good. You know, so for just making two changes, which is using the camera viewport as opposed to the overall size, and then resizing these in the artwork, we can make something that will pop up in ours, and we'll change the artwork. So we'll probably take this stuff off the top and all that, and just say main thing. But we are quite a bit closer. Then it's just a matter of doing the math for the correct settings and bringing those down in size a bit too. So let us do this. We will take it down by another. Okay. Get some. I need some math paper. Need some math paper. So when you take, sorry, itchy ear. I has an itchy ear. Isn't it fun? You wrestle with your project. Yes, it is. It's what you do. Okay, so we have 240. And we want to divide, we have to subtract 0.25%. which is going to give us a 60, I believe. So it would be 180. And then on this one, it is 182. 182 minus, okay, equals the sum of this number minus the sum of this number times a percentage, double brackets, boom, and it says no. Oh, that's because we forgot that. Okay, now it should work. Come back here, you. Okay, thank you. I was right, 180. Okay, so the other one is a tricky one. It's 136. So this one is correct at 180. 180. Boop. Apply. This one here would be up here. That would be 137. We'll just make 137. Close enough. Apply. And then do a save. Build. Create executable. It shall be executed at dawn. Doop doop. And then it's just a matter of centering it up and then getting
Any
all of
Nonum
the
says, moisten your throat, everyone. Time to drink a bit.
Yeah, see that size is about right. Apparently I didn't give myself a wata, but thank you very much, any no name. Awesome. So that is a huge step forward. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to figure out where on the screen we want it to actually appear. So where's our center point? And where that is let's go to our screen. Our first screen. Go through our room. Not our room, but yes, our room. Because what we'll do is we'll go. We want it right about here. Now that screen size is 320 by 180. So we want it on the third, because we want to put it on the third here and on the third there for the other screen, because we have another screen that we have to deal with as well. So if we take 320 and divide it by 3, that's 100 and yeah, let's go 320. We want it divided by 3 so that we actually, yeah, 3. And then that will be our point. This divided by that. And then we want to round. So it'd be 107. And then from our top to our bottom, we want it in the center. So that's a simple one because it's just 80, so it's 90. So 107 by 90 by 90. So now we just need to go back to, hopefully just go back to our draw and set the numbers right. Let's go to, oh, what was it again? Boop, boop, boop. Now those are the sprites. We want the scripts. Inventory. Yes, I think this is the right one. No, we want our controller. That's what we want, the object controller. That's where I think it is. Yeah, that's where we were before. We want to do the draw. And then, okay, so That's odd. Didn't we change that? Interesting. Could have swore we changed that. Did I do it in the wrong place? Oh, did we change it down here? Nope. There it is. But what we want to do is this would become, so back up to the top one. I guess that didn't matter. Well, we wanted this at 107. And our Y, this is where we're drawing it, 107, and that would be 80, or sorry, 90. Let's just try it, plus 90. Worst comes to worst, it'll say no, and say, what are you doing? Same thing with this one down here. And 107. And this would be 110, because we have to compensate for centering it on the other piece. And the reason why is because it has that header on it, which the overlay does not have the header on it. Let me do one thing real quick, just so we'll fix it. Luckily, I saved it off as a different name, so we should be good. Save, yes. Build, yes. Down here, building away. Says it's done. Let's run it. Okay, wait for it to pop up on your screen. Okay, let's see what happens. Oh, we screwed it up. It's gone. It's down here. Okay, so, but it did move over correctly. I think that 90 is too much. No. Yeah, okay. We need to bring it up into our screen, so we have to half, because it's halving. Or X and Y. That's right, somewhere it's doing math where it's multiplying. I think this is still our problem. I could have sworn we changed that though, in all honesty, didn't we? I swore we fixed that. Would be in one of the draws. What is this? This is the inventory itself, but this should not. I could have sworn we changed that. Let's change it again. Because that might just fix it, and then we won't have to mess with the other stuff. Leave all the other things the way it is. This will be view. Get camera. Sorry, I'm leading it so I can see this very, very tiny writing. I wish I could change that. View get camera. View camera. I swore there was a camera height in here. Viewport. Camera get view. Here's where they're at. We want camera 0. I could have sworn we did this though. Save. Save again, just to make sure. I know we did this today. That is really freaking weird. Oh dear, what can the matter be? 7 old ladies locked in the lavatory. They were there from Sunday to Saturday. Nobody knew they were there. The first was a lady named Old Martha Pickle. Found herself in a desperate pickle. I'll wait on this for a second. Because the zombie is running. He has 18 more seconds. Oh!
Devil King 1287 says, what song is that?
I think it's a song from Dr. Demento. Way back in the day. It's called, God, What Can the Matter Be? I think is what it's called. I don't know if all you guys know who Dr. Demento was, but without Dr. Demento, there would be no Weird Al. Weird Al got his big break on the Dr. Demento show, which used to be a radio show. Okay, let's see if this is going to blow up in our face. It did not blow up in our face, so that's a good thing. It is still working. We can see this down here, so now we'll fix, or we can see the thing back here. It looks like it's on the 3rd, but it's just not high enough. So let's go back over here. It kept that, which is good. Now we'll go down to, this here is where we're going to go to, is we're okay with that. Let's put this at 0. Yeah, let's put that at 0. And then the one down here at 0. The other draw at 0. Actually, no, that would be at 20. Sorry, 20? Okay, let's build that out. Yeah, a lot of the songs that roll around in my head are from the old days. I listening to Dr. Demento every Sunday night. You know, which has also caused me to write some silly songs of myself, which are just me babbling in my head to myself. So hopefully you can see the logic behind what I'm trying to do is if I can get it fixed with all of our camera settings in this, then it seems to me that it would be easier to move those settings to the other thing. Not copy paste, but actually move the settings to that. So let's see what happens when we hit I. It is moving up. And it looks like both pieces are moving up and everything is in the right order because you can see that the icons are between are between them, which is great. That means it is still working. We're breaking it yet fixing it at the same time. So our Y is not enough. Probably gonna have to go, yeah, take a look at it. Let's go back here. We're gonna move this Y to, let's see, probably minus, let's try that. Let's go minus 90. Just for giggles, we'll go minus 90. Actually, we'll go minus 110 for this one. And then minus 90 for the top one. But this is what you do sometimes. You sit there and go, okay, I'm going to fix it now. And then you sit and poke at it until it works. Because sometimes game making is not rocket science. It is literally poke it until it works. I will keep poking it until it works.
Spare Doug says, at least you don't have Elmer Fudd singing Oh Susanna stuck in your head.
That is true. What the Elmer Fudd I have in my head is from an old Robin Williams bit. It is, I'm driving in my car. I put on the radio. That is the one. Okay, that's too high, but we're still making progress. So somewhere between, somewhere between 90 and 0. So let's say 45. 45 and 65. 45. And 65. You say you don't love me. I know that's a lie. But when we kiss, I'm on fire. I can't do Elmer Fudd as good as I used to. But that's my Elmer Fudd song. That's the Elmer Fudd song that's in my head most of the time. Robin Williams does it amazingly, by the way. Mel Blanc was pretty cool, though. He could do a lot of voices. Oh, Susanna, don't you cry for me. Lots of gold out of the prairie. That's a new one. Okay, let's see. Oops, wrong button. We are slowly getting closer. I think that the background is right. I'll move it over a little bit more to the left, but the background's right. Now it's just a matter of just getting the foreground lined up, which is usually the background minus 20. But let's move this over from, I think it's, what is it set to? Foreground, I think it's 170. We'll bring it to, we'll just bring it to 100 and, 107. So let's change that to, let's change it to, we'll go 60. I'm going to move that to 60 on that side. Sorry, I'm in the background here. Sorry. 60. And then if this is 140, I think we went the wrong way on this one. So we'll make that minus 60.
Doug says,
maybe minus 20.
I believe the episode with a song aired in 1942.
The one that made me laugh lately was there's a song that is my grandpa is my son or something like that. Bruce Springsteen Fire. Yes, it's Bruce Springsteen's Fire by Elmer Fudd. The What's Opera Duck is pretty good, yeah. Okay, so 40. Okay, that should hopefully what we just did We'll bring them into alignment and move them over just a little bit. And then the only task we'll have is to move all the items and resize them because we made the menu smaller, the items now are too big. But that's okay. What I might do is bring our items in to make sure to use our items with it as opposed to the sample items. Okay, survey says that looks just about right. We have the right placement. Yes, magic helmet. These all still work, which is good. Now it's just resizing them. Oh, it's a little low. But yeah, that's yeah, so we probably cut that in half and then give us a little space on the bottom. Might be a little tight on the left. We'll throw another 10 in that side. Let's do that. Back to this. We'll make this 70. Oops. We will mess up our keyboard. Okay, so I think that's a good place for that. We want to move this up. So we'll say 50. 50 there. And 30 here. Yeah, the old Dr. Demento show had some pretty funny stuff on it. There was Fish Heads, which is a very famous one. Is a song. Dead Puppies was another one that I liked. It was very funny. Yeah. Okay, let's see. And there you go. Now it's just a matter of maybe making it, we probably take the size of it down by 10% so that there's some space top and bottom. We probably might have to move it over just a little bit more because of our weapons and things. Let's bring it down by 20%. 20% smaller, which is in the art. And then see where we're at with that. So go back to our sprites. And then we'll go over here to our maths. That's why I just made this so that it would just work. Okay, I'm gonna make that 240. So that would be 180. Let's see what happens if we just do that. We'll make that 180. And save. Don't disappear. Thank you for not disappearing. And then this one, it would make 130 and 99. So that'd be 74. 4. And apply. Don't disappear. Good. Yeah, we will be redoing this art because it is going to be kind of a mess, but let's see what we got. I'll build. Okay, copy, paste, run. All right, wait for it to come up. Okay. Perfect. That is exactly what, that's a good size too. For our screen, I think that works. Obviously there's some mess-ups because of the forced size, but now it's just a matter of just making all the icons fit in the right place. Because all the code is still there, and now it's just a matter of, okay, move you over to it. I will probably take this off the top and remove this button because you don't need it, because I, for inventory, can bring the inventory up and down. But we've made it a lot smaller, so what we might want to do is, for the regular inventory, instead of having 6 across, maybe make it 5 and make them a little bit bigger. But yeah, so at least we got it in the right spot. So what's cool is if we go back to do something here real quick. Let's go to the controller, which is where we've been doing all this fun. Let's copy this line. Copy, making copies. Let's see, where is my working one? It's right here. Okay. Copy that line. And then we need the bottom one. Oh, that is the bottom one. Haha, we need the top one. That's what I said. That's what I meant. Let's go save this so that we know that we have it. And then open our project. Boop, boop, boop. Want Toby. Now let's go ahead and just change those 2 lines and see what happens. Object, managers, controller. We want draw code. Okay. Let's do this first. And then take the first one and put it in there. Okay, that's the first one. Now the funny thing is it didn't show up here. I gotta remember that I gotta check to make sure I actually put the sprite in. So I may not have put the sprite in. That's probably why it's invisible. So let's make sure we put the sprite into our sprites. Okay, do we have it? Inventory. Yes. So it is there. I should have wrote those numbers down. I'll write them down in a second. Yeah, so let me make sure both pieces are here. So we just need to match the sizes, the right sizes. Let's do a file save because we just replace those other pieces. Go back to there because I forgot to write down the numbers. Let's see. Okay, so we need a 180 for the background and 74 for the foreground. Those are the 2 numbers we need. We also need those numbers. So it's 102 by 64. What I'm writing down is where the center point is, which is up here. And then 37. That way they line up correctly. 51. Okay. Go back to Toby. Okay, we need to reopen it. Okay. Sprites, not objects, sprites. All right, this needs to change to 180. That is correct. And apply. Please don't disappear. We need to change this to 102 by 64. Okay, come down to this one. This one 74. Don't disappear. Ah, messes it up quite a bit, but it didn't disappear. Yeah, it's going to be a mess, but that's okay because we need to redraw it anyway. 37 by 51. That's not even close. Let's try this again. Let's re-import the overlay. Okay. I'm pretty sure that was correct. Let's see this real quick. So 180, 135, that's correct. 102 by 64 is the setting for it. That's correct. So that was it. 180, 135, yeah. 74, 102. And 37, yeah. Middle center. Yeah. It should be middle center as well. Let's let this do it instead. No, that's not correct. See? Put it back. 104, well, sorry, 102. $102 by 64. It was. Yeah, 74 by 102. Yeah. It just converted it better on this one as well. It's just going to be a mess on the other one. That's no big deal. 37, 51. That's correct. Oop-a-doo. All right, we are 180, 35. Yep. Oop, center 50, 102, 64. Yep. I guess this one's just not going to convert right on this one. That's okay. We'll still put it in and we'll see what it looks like. The point is that it worked, not whether the artwork is right. So, okay, 74. Interesting. It should be 102. Oh, I see what happened. Cancel that. Let's do this again. It should be locked in. $74. How could that be? Oh well. Let's just see if it comes up. Don't get caught up on silly things. Boop, 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 boop. Boop, boop. So this should be entertaining, if nothing else. Speaking of writing down numbers, today I updated all the documentation. Okay. Sorry, just got covered. Oh. Did all the documentation now. Down is. Waiting for them to pass. Oh, geez. I didn't realize. What? Sorry, just saw the time. Sorry, guys. We'll check this, and whatever it is, it is. After the zombie attack, we'll wrap it up for this. But, yeah. But if this works, then it's just a matter of doing the conversions right. Getting nice, clean art for it. I think I'm going to change it to 5 across instead of 6 across. I think that'll be easier for our math as well. Yeah, I didn't realize we were running late either. I just looked up and went, okay. Because the zombie came up and I'm like, why is the zombie up? I don't know how that 20 minutes passed by so quickly. But soon our inventory will be in, and we will be able to actually start hopefully actually putting things in, and we can make a second one. Because once we have one, we can make a second one. And that second one can be for just the quest stuff. So time flies when you're coding. Yes, it does. It disappears so fast. Welcome to Proof of Relativity. One of the Einsteins was right. Because apparently he took credit for his wife's stuff too, but that's okay. We all know. We all know, Albert. We know what you did. Yeah, look it up. Caused him and his wife to get divorced, I believe. She was working right alongside him, and he took credit for it all, so. It did not come up. Let's put it back up. You didn't get credit. I said I didn't get credit for hundreds of things that is. That's true. That's called karma. No. All right, so let's see. We need to go over to where it can be visible, which is here. Here's probably be the best place to actually have it become visible, right? We at least have it on the screen. We're in a place now. We're in a place now that, number one, it's in the wrong layer. That's okay, because we can build. We have to put a layer in for it anyway, because it'll be above everything. But two things. Number one, it's actually on the screen, where this stuff is still down here. You know, so that eventually will be up here on this, which is where it should be. But we are getting closer. Because what we need to do is we need to make the screen for it. Yeah, I'm sorry, I forget the name of his wife, but she, I think she sued him and did a bunch of other stuff too. But he was not always a nice person. That is cool that at least we see it on the screen now. Obviously the scale of the other one is not right, so there's obviously something in the settings that we got wrong. Let's do this real quick. No, we cannot do this. We're out of time. I'm gonna do the same thing I do with games. Oh wait, just one more thing. No, not one more thing. Walk away from it. Turn it off. It's being turned off. We have turned it off. Okay. Put the logo back up. We've put the logo. Well, it took me down. put the logo back up. Okay. Go to my notepad. Grab the item that goes on there. The next thing we're doing, which is this here. We need to end this section so that we can start the next section and end our day. So here we go to end game dev.